Hey everybody, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, it's theclinicaltrialsguru.com. So another question on budgets and contracts. We've all, us research sites, have got to get much better at negotiating contracts and budgets. I've got tons of free videos out there for you. I understand a lot of you guys are still not negotiating the budgets. I mean, I probably have seen like half of the people I've interacted with through social media and email or phone call or pre-client phone calls before they become a client of mine because I do consulting. Surprising amount, I would say almost half, especially brand new research companies, they don't even negotiate a budget when they get one from a sponsor or a CRO for a clinical trial, and that's not what we're going for in this industry, right? We've got to get good at negotiating these contracts and budgets so that we can make clinical research more lucrative for us, okay? I'm sure all the sites would agree with us or with me on this. So one of the things I want to focus on in this video is a couple of fees that are not typically negotiated in budgets that we should really make a push for. Yesterday we discussed audit fees, right? So I'll just give a brief summary on what you should charge for an audit. So basically, if you get an audit, if you're conducting a study as a research clinic and you get an audit, you have to pay. You have to pay your coordinator to focus on the audit. You probably have to pay a consultant or a QA person to come in there before the audit to go through your books, right? You also have the opportunity cost of not being able to screen a patient or have any patient activity that day because the coordinator's time is going to be fully invested with the auditor, right? And there's also a lot of other inconveniences that this can cause the site. So I would put $2,000 per day, right? And the way I come up with this and the way you justify this is you get 3 independent consultants who focus on QA and audits, ask them what their hourly rate is, and then assume that an audit's going to take 8 hours. So whatever that is, get the average of those 3 and multiply it by 8, and that's your daily audit fee. Okay, that should be in the contract or in the budget. You need to negotiate that up front before you ever start the study. Don't wait till you get an audit and then try to negotiate this, even though most of the time sponsors are going to try to help you. But it'd be a lot easier to get this dealt with before you start the study, right? Another thing, protocol amendment fee, okay? Every time a protocol is amended, you want to come up with a protocol amendment fee, because what happens when a protocol is amended is all the site staff has to be retrained on the brand new protocol. You may have to change some of your source documents. In fact, you probably will have to change your source documents. You will have to reconsent every subject as well. And it could be a whole bunch of other things too, depending on the particulars of the protocol amendment. So the question now becomes, what is reasonable to charge a sponsor for a protocol amendment? I've discussed this with Chris Sauber, who some of you guys might know from the webinars. He's also my business partner on the consulting end, or the consulting side of the business. We think $1,500, anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500 for each protocol amendment is reasonable, all right? And you can use the justifications I brought up and any particular justifications that you can think of as well. In fact, if you think of others, let me know, email me, and I'll make another video to help other sites out with this as well. Another thing is the Irb submission fee, okay? Each time you have to do an interim IRB submission, because the IRB approval expires every quarter. So there's quarterly submissions. As a research site, you have to update the IRB on the status of your site, give them an update on the status of the study at the site, and this takes time. So I would think $500 would be reasonable for this, all right? And then all the other things that you want to negotiate in a contract and budget could be transportation costs for the study participants to get to your clinic, recruitment costs, although that some some protocols won't really even allow for recruitment, but for the ones that do, it definitely will be helpful. For the protocols that don't allow recruitment, they don't want you to actually advertise for the study. There are some protocols that do not want you to advertise at all. They expect you to enroll the subjects from your own database, from your own medical practice. So no recruitment needed at all. So those are just some of the things that I think we need to start putting into our contracts and budgets as research clinics. Let me know if I missed anything, and like I said, give me a call, 949-415-6256, if you ever need help with not only negotiating budgets, but getting studies, creating source documents, finding PIs, just setting up your research clinic, anything you think you might need help with, give me a call. My consulting team and myself will look forward to speaking with you more about this, right? Dan from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Take care.